Hey guys, happy Saturday. My name is DrSharnael Wolverton. Hope you are enjoying your Saturday as much as I am. I'm getting a lot done. I don't know about you. And tonight I am going to church with a friend to go see my friend Catherine Mullins. So I'm excited about that. That's going to be awesome. She's got a worship deal going on tonight. So today, really briefly, just quickly, I have just a few minutes here to discuss with you the science of change. The science of, hey Joe, it's just talking about you guys. The science of change and the science of doing new things. Actually, it's your dad, if that's a junior. We'll find out. So what's the deal with change? What's the deal with the actual energy in our physiology, kinesiology, and or neuroscience behind change? Wouldn't you like to know? Statistically, most people are pretty safe and pretty consistent. I don't know about you. I'd love to know, you got some people who are risk takers and like to do new things all the time, and then you got some people who park in the same parking lot, sit in the same place, eat at the same restaurant, and get the same exact food every single time. Is that you? If you're on this class right now on this live feed, I'd love to know if you're the kind of person who's more consistent and safe, or are you the kind of person who likes to do something new all the time? Because you can have different levels of that too, I'm sure. But I've always been more on the safe side. And statistically, a lot of people actually say that they are more on the safe side and sticking to their routine, sticking to their comfort zone, and just feeling a little bit more secure when they have some sort of structure. And so Anne says she's about 50-50. Becky says that would be me. I don't know if you're agreeing with me in my situation, but yeah. So I have definitely been the person, even in the movie theater, I will sit in the same kind of row and area. At school, I always sat in the same places. And on a chemistry level, physiology level, neuroscience level, the reason why people do that is because when you do the same thing over and over, or when there's safety in the end, then there isn't any fear or anxiety hormones that are released, because you pretty much can predict what's going to happen. Now, if there is the fear of the unknown, obviously there's a little bit of anxiety there, which causes people to not really like change. Now, I'm a planner. When it comes to colors, I would say I'm a red, but I'm a pretty strong green right behind there, meaning I like a plan, I like structure, I plan way ahead of time, and I like to stick with my plan. So if something comes up spontaneously, I'm usually not the one who's going to jump in and do something. But there is some science that's proving that doing some of those things sometimes can actually be good for you on a health for health benefits. And so let's talk about that real quick. Like I said, most people are in the comfort zone. I want to introduce to you some oils too before I get started, because you guys might be familiar with Field, which is a good one, Awaken, which is one of my favorites, Valor, of course, we'll talk about that one, and how about Fun? I can tell you that I don't know if it's the age that I'm at or what, but I have done some new things here, even in the last 6 months, that you would have never seen me do before. I went parasailing, y'all. I went kayaking, and I'm actually kind of afraid of the water. So parasailing and kayaking, hey Dr. Mary, wasn't on the top of my list to do. Not the best with heights either, although I don't mind flying at all for whatever reason, and I don't mind going on a cruise, because as long as I don't have to stand at, around the edges of the boat, but it kind of you don't feel it. But if it's a smaller boat, or if it's water, or like parasailing, but you know what? I did it. I even took some new classes here in the last 2 weeks. I've taken 2 new classes that were completely foreign to me, but when we do that on a chemistry level, what happens is there's chemicals released which gives you optimal, they call it optimal anxiety or optimal stress, which actually stretches you and helps you grow. It gives you room for new creativity. It gives you new room for reflection and new room for experience. And so sometimes stepping out is a really good idea, just to do something new and to kind of get out of that comfort zone, you guys, and step out. And when you do, you have the chemicals to back it up. Now, I'm not saying that do that all the time, because you can go overboard and then you can have so much stress that you live in cortisols and other chemicals that are released and hormones that are released that are not good for you. And that can really push the adrenals and give you some other issues, even with the thyroid. So mundane can be good, but I'm here to tell you that a little bit of stretching, a little bit of growing, and a little bit of doing some things outside the box are actually really good too for your performance levels. They've seen now that people who step out and do new things and try things every now and then, their performance levels in all areas of their life actually go higher and go better, and so they achieve great things. The other thing I want to mention is when you do new things with other people, whether it's your friends, your family, or a loved one, your husband, your wife, then there are also chemicals that release oxytocin, which is a bonding I was going to say drug, but it's a bonding hormone that causes you to feel closer to someone. So I've talked about this in the past. So that's why those people who are on The Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise and Bachelorette, these guys are going to different countries, doing new things. They're doing scary things. And those things are all done with different people, and she feels really bonded, or he feels really bonded to multiple people, because there's a lot of chemistry going on, a lot of pheromones going on, a lot of hormones going on, a lot of things being, and I don't just mean on a physical level, but in the quantum level, there are things being passed through the pheromones that actually cause bonding. And so when we date and go do new things with our husbands and wives, when we do things with our children, when we do things with our friends that are fun and new, this actually really causes not only trust and fun, but it does cause bonding. So there's a lot of different good benefits for doing new things. I strongly encourage you guys to step out of the boat a little bit and try some new things. Number one, I would say take it slow. Baby steps are a good idea. You don't have to just go out there and do every single thing and keep doing it, because then that could even be the new, and then that could be boring too, is when you're always doing new things. And so kind of keep it balanced. So take it slow, number one, and number two, do it with some friends or family or someone that you know. And it's always fun doing new things with other people, right? Because then you guys can build relationship. Does anybody here in this class like doing new things with their friends and family and their children, like maybe going to a new place or going to a new restaurant, or maybe traveling to a new place, a new country, a new state, checking out the beach, a new beach or something? So there's lots of different things, sports activities that we can do that are new and fun. So again, that's number two, doing it with someone. And number three, have fun doing it and use your oils. And so like I said, I mentioned Awaken is one of my favorites for doing anything new, because when we awaken and remember God in us, then we can do anything that He does. Field, because the whole expansion of what your field is, your range is. Fun, of course, is fun. It's just fun. Who has this one? It's really fun to have, and it smells amazing. And everyone's favorite, Valor. Whether it's Valor 1 or Valor 2, who's got Valor? You guys all love Valor, right? Everybody loves Valor. Now, on a chemical neuroscience level, Valor has been known to shut down fear in the brain and to cause you to not have the same response that you necessarily would during normal kind of anxiety, fearful situations. So if you got to go see the mother-in-law, not my mother-in-law because mine is awesome, but in the past, and or the tax guy's coming over, or you got to take a test or something like that. The gladiators actually used that before they went to war, because it was a way for them to keep the anxiety down and, of course, have the performance to do acts of valor. That's where they got the name from. And it's interesting, if you are on a brain scan, it actually shows parts of your brain that usually would cause anxiety and fear actually kind of calm down and mellow out, which, you know, no one even had brain scans back there when they created this blend, and here we are thousands of years later using this blend for our benefit. So it's kind of interesting. But I hope you guys will take a risk here and there and do something new with your friends and family and your children, your husbands and your wives. I hope you will use these oils that we talked about today, and I hope you will enjoy your weekend. I'm going to enjoy mine. Crystal Washington will be here in a little bit, and I'm going to meet some of my friends, and we're going to do something new that we haven't done in a while. Go see my friend Catherine and go to a worship service, and it's going to be lots of fun. So y'all enjoy your weekend, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. All right, bye.